Hey, welcome back to Milton Daily Homes. Chuck here. We got a list of, I think, 17 homes, something like that, 16. The first one up starts us off 1380 Main Street, number 105, 269.9. It's almost 900 square feet, so it's one of the bigger one-bedroom plus den. And what I might say to this one is that, is it better just to hold off for a two-bedroom and have a real two-bedroom instead of a one-plus den, possibly even getting a two-bedroom, maybe for a little bit more. Inside, it's just sort of simple, not overly upgraded. It'd be nice to see maybe some upgraded flooring. Overall, I could see this one being a little bit tricky being on the first floor. I mean, they've got a couple things going against them. Kavanaugh's the next one here at 326.9. So the neighbor's for sale. It's the same model. It's called a current model. It's 1195 square feet. I think it's a really great floor plan. This one has furniture. I think it has better appliances. The other one has a white kitchen with white appliances. These guys have gone darker with stainless steel and black. A couple pendant lights here. So I think overall they're probably going to appear as a better value offering than the guys next door for a couple thousand more, which could even be worked out in the negotiation. So good pick here. I thought the other one was a good deal. We've seen these models sell even into the 330s when they're really well done. So that one definitely looks good. A lot of competition for those three-story village townhouses right now. So Mowat Lane is a front-back home, which means that it backs onto Main Street, but it also has this is the door on the Mowat side, and there's another door on Main Street, and you get a lot of traffic noise here. It's not the ideal location for hearing traffic, but the good thing is that you're close to the community center, the arts center, superstore, GO train. You can walk to a lot of stuff here. One of the best walk scores probably in all of town here. That being said, finished basement's good. This is one of the bigger models too, but I don't, at 389, me personally, I would rather buy a smaller home on a quieter street, and sometimes you need the size, but I mean, it's just, I have a real tough time with where those ones are. Irving Terrace is 409. It's a Springdale model. It is 1,800 square feet. The four-bedroom version is 1,800 square feet, and you know what? It's not too bad. I don't think this price is bad at all. I mean, it's a vacuum room. I don't understand why they couldn't have maybe taken some stuff out. And you got a big bushy tree in the back there. So 409 actually, compared to what they were selling for a couple months ago, it's competitive. It's one of the bigger homes in that price range for that kind of money. Duncan Lane, 429 townhouse facing the train tracks, possibly around 500 is when it starts to bend around. It's got a 98-foot lot, and it's a townhouse. So it's one of those things, like, without pictures, hard to tell really what's going on there. Cochrane looks like a plan for, which is, I believe, 1,835 square feet, 469. I mentioned this yesterday, is that it's a really good time right now to be picking up the single car garage detached homes. They've really sort of dropped a little bit in price. There's been a couple tough sales and they're fighting against that. So it is a good time for those homes. 9-foot ceilings, hardwood floor on the main level, all looks good. Yates Drive, 474.9. And so this model here is it's a Poddington or a Shady Glen model. Now it's the four-bedroom version, so you've got a larger ensuite, an extra bathroom, and more closet space upstairs. It's a pretty competitive price. This is a very, very competitive price. I don't know if someone's going to love the backsplash here. You've got a different pattern there compared to here, and there's no pattern over on that side. So it's a little bit bizarre, but trust me, that's not hard to fix. I mean, even hiring a contractor, get that stuff off, put a new backsplash, you're still in a good spot. So this is probably close to there's a park that's pretty close to being across the street on this one, and that's a very, very strong price for this one. Over 2,000 square feet at 474. Probably looking at the one that recently sold on Ferguson. So Sherwood is 499.9. It's a double car garage. It looks beautiful from the street, and actually the neighbors on the other side, beautiful, wonderful people. So we've got a front room. So when you come in the side door, I guess, you've got a straight shot up the stairs. It looks like a 9-foot ceiling. Lots of light coming in through the window. And then you have the separate room. And then I think if you go to the other side, then you've now got You've got this area here. I'm not really sure how it no, that would be the same room. There might be a room down the hall here. I'm trying to figure out how this one is put together. Basically, the kitchen looks good. It looks like a granite countertop, white kitchen cabinets, and then you've got 4 bedrooms upstairs. We're going to see 2 homes today. Look how small that counter is to have 2 sinks in it. Unbelievable, but it's very functional to have 2 sinks. You just may not be able to put your toothbrush on the countertop, and then there's a fully finished basement. So I think what you're probably dealing with here is a very small first floor, and I believe this one's right across from a park too, so that's a good thing. Nice sized lot at about 105 feet. Logring Crescent, 2237 square feet, 5075. It's right beside dairy. So what you see on this side here, you do get a wider lot. You get some trees that eventually are going to grow in, but you're always going to hear dairy. That's never going to go away. To me, I wouldn't recommend a client pay this price. And I don't know what these are here, these big sort of blooming pink things on the table. Yeah, you know, it's okay, right? I don't see this happening with where it is. I think there has to be probably a 20K drop for being beside the street. Now, everybody values things different, but in my eyes, there's got to be that definite lowering compared to some of the other stuff. This is almost priced at what something would sell for on a quiet street. Hepburn is $539,900. It's one of the split level designs, so usually they're about 2,400 square feet. I think this is the 2,400 square foot one. There is a shot of the kitchen. If you're going to do nice appliances, we talk about this a lot in daily homes, then you do your hood fan. You could put a black one in for probably $50, and they're easy to put in. Yeah, you know, to me, I mean, we've got one on Tonelli at $509 that's not even selling, which I'm blown away by. Might have a bit of a tricky time. Hepburn can be a bit of a busier street too. Cochrane is $619, and so we know it's more than 2,500 square feet, at least what it says in the description. I like the cream colored kitchen cabinets. I think that's definitely something that creates a great impression. We don't see a lot of the larger extended cabinets too, and this one has it. The moldings up top. It's a good looking kitchen. So anyways, 4 bedrooms upstairs. And it's all dependent on the size. I can't pin the model just from looking at the photos. McJanet looks like it's got a big pie-shaped lot, probably about 108 on the one side, and I think about 85 or 89 across the back. So that's where the value comes in. We know it's less than 2,500 square feet on the main, but it's got a finished basement. It looks like they put $100,000 in, and there's 3,300 square feet of finished space. Premium pool-sized lot has become one of the most overused phrases in real estate, I think. But there's a lot of stuff here that I'd start to get excited about if I was looking at this. Nice looking home with a big lot and a finished basement. People are definitely lining up for homes like that. Quinlan Court, $699, and so 42 by about a 92-foot lot. It's a smaller living area. I mean, there's not much you can really do with that little space. This is a nice model, though. You've got crown moldings. You've got a nicely upgraded kitchen here. You've got a separate little area here where you could sort of leave a lot of stuff or prepare food. Sort of a creamy, swirly granite on this one. And the first thing I thought of when I saw this was that it almost looks like a Lego man's boot, but then I looked it up on Google and they sort of have the flat boot. But remember that Lego piece that had the 45-degree slope? That's what it reminds me of. But you've got some pot drawers here. You've got the built-in appliances. I think it's a good-looking kitchen. Countertop may not work for everybody, but I think overall this home has a nice impression. Pot lights. They changed some of the light fixtures. It certainly looks nice. $699 is the price on this one. I don't remember the model. I've been inside of it before, but I can't reel off the square footage off the top of my head. This one on Wettlaufer, 3,186 square feet. It's called the Wild Rose, one of my favorite models. $699 is the price. And hardwood floors, you've got a decent looking kitchen here, again with the built-in appliances. You've got an undermounted sink with the upgraded counters. Yeah, it's got a nice layout. The front room on the main and the second level could be used for kids' playroom, home office. So it lends itself to a lot of different uses. Upgraded counters in the bathroom. Plus you're backing onto green space too. So even a half decent model A half decent wild rose would probably go, 630, 640 or something. So when you add up some of the extra stuff they've done in here, plus the stucco and stone elevation, I actually think 699 is a good price for this model. Dairy Road is one of those live work ones. 748 is the price. I don't know where it is on the map. It probably faces Derry, which I think would be a good thing. You've got about 800 square feet of commercial space on the main level. You have a huge basement, full footprint for the building, and then you also have, I guess it'd be about. Let me see, so 800, the total's 22, so whatever the difference is there, about 1,400 square feet up on the second and third level. Looks like it's pretty open concept. They've done some nice upgrades here. Big master bedroom with a balcony, which is nice, even if you like to sleep. I don't know how loud it would be, but potentially even open those doors up. And there's your main floor. Typically, if you're looking at how much these rent for, we've seen them rent anywhere from about $1,500 to $1,800 per month if you're looking at subsidizing. And because it's a mixed use, it follows different rules for financing. Most of the time what I've heard is you probably need about 20-25% down, and you can get pretty good interest rates, whereas most straight commercial stuff is you've got to have the bigger down payment, plus it's usually a higher rate. It can be 6-7%. Residentially, you need 5% down, but you get the lower rate. So as much as this property is a hybrid, the financing on it can also be kind of a hybrid. You get the residential rates, but you need a little bit more of the commercial down payment. So overall, very interesting one. Not many of these have sold, so it's really hard to compare across. We had the Main Street Living ones, that sold pretty quick from the builder, and they were $650, something like that. Some of the stuff on Holly's sold, but none of it's gone up in this range here. So be interesting to see what happens. Somerville is $829. It's 3,700 square feet. It looks like it's a corner property. 5 bedrooms. All the bedrooms have access to their own bathroom. It's called a Westmoreland model. Great model, really, really classic design. Den on the main floor, all the rest of it, hardwood floors. 90K in upgrades, that doesn't always mean a whole lot. I mean, really, especially if 5,800 of it is a water purifier, because very few buyers are going to see the value in paying full price on something like that. They were probably smart to put what it's actually worth. They'd be lucky if they got a buyer to pay half of that. We've seen this model go for this, but it was earlier in the year, and we're talking about more stuff in there. We're talking about significant upgrades, but also sometimes lot premiums, pools, privacy in the back. So let's see what happens with this one. It initially, gut reaction is probably a little bit high, but if it's really nice, there's a chance they could get it. And that's the list for today. So if you have any questions, you want to get together with us this weekend, definitely do so. And otherwise, we'll see you on Monday. Have a great day and a great weekend.